Xbox has no games. All Xbox games are mid-filler trash. I can't believe anybody would buy an Xbox. You don't need an Xbox. All their games are going to PC. Xbox has no exclusives. Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I just want to put all those PlayStation fanboy narrative nonsense to bed. I just got done watching the Xbox showcase a second time, and I wanted to be able to like really let what I saw kind of sink in a little bit, and it really has. You know, you start with Redfall. I mean, Redfall looks like the average game, but it looks fun. It looks good. It looks like the average Bethesda software game. Definitely, you know, higher density and visual clarity, stuff like that. I mean, it looked really dang good. There was a lot of good looking things in Redfall. So, I mean, I'm 100% happy with that. I mean, it's coming day one to Game Pass. You can play it alone or you can play it with your friends. That was pretty interesting. It's exactly what I thought Redfall was going to be, and I like that. I am happy with the way that looks and the way that is potentially going to play. So, Redfall is one of those games that you're going to be able to play with your friends, you're in the community, and you're going to be able to have fun. You're going to be able to enjoy that experience as a co-op experience. Those are fun nowadays. A lot of people engage in those. A lot of people play them, and they do usually become pretty popular. The art style of that game, the open worldness aspect of it, I really do believe that Starfield is going to be a fun game, and it has vampires in it. So vampires and human combatants, and it looks fun. It looks like a hyper stylized Far Cry open world type game. I mean, it looks fun. Like, it looks fun. It looks engaging. I guarantee I will play that, probably like that, and play it for a little while. Like, that does look like a very interesting game to me. Which brings me to my next game. Forza freaking Motorsport. Forza Motorsport. Next gen only Forza Motorsport, coming to Xbox Series X, S, and PC early next year. Now, everybody said I was crazy when all the PlayStation fanboys, they doubted me. They made snide remarks about Gran Turismo 7 is looking blah blah blah, and I'm like, dude, look at the way Forza Horizon looks, and then you look at the way Forza 7 looks, or Forza's 7 and versus Gran Turismo 7. Like, they literally look almost the same. Like they're both 4K. They both basically, I mean, give or take a little bit of difference, you know. I mean, the PlayStation 5 is a 10 teraflop machine, and the Xbox One X was a 6 teraflop machine. And for Forza 7 to look as good as it does compared to Gran Turismo 7, that just makes you wonder, like, why did PlayStation hold that game back? Or did they? Or was that always a PlayStation 4 game that they just made look a little bit prettier for the PlayStation 5? Which really sucks, because they sold you that for $70, and you probably won't get another Gran Turismo this generation. for sure. You're stuck with that basic looking Gran Turismo 7 with last gen roadside or trackside detail. Like, you are 100% stuck with that. Now, if you look over to Forza Motorsport, a true next gen iteration of a racing game, that looks incredible. Full day night cycle, ray tracing while you're racing. They said, oh no, it's not going to be done. It's not on Gran Turismo. Well, I mean, that just goes to show you where they spent their budget, mostly on Gran Turismo. They made really pretty cars in plastic looking tracks that you're stuck with that for this whole generation. While Forza Motorsport guys get to experience the full next gen version of Forza Motorsport. They get better looking cars. They get better trackside looking detail that looks really good. They get actual day-night cycle with weather, ray tracing while they're racing. It just makes you beg the question, like, how low will these PlayStation fanboys go when it comes to being in denial? Like, how much longer are they going to deny? Like, me personally, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about being an Xbox fan, like, and being a part of the Xbox ecosystem. Like, this is pretty cool. Forza, like I said, when I first started playing Forza and was comparing it to Gran Turismo, man, like, I was like, wow, dude, this looks incredible. Like, Forza looks really good. I like the fact that they take more time and put more effort into trackside detail. That is really, really good to me. I love the way that new Forza looks. Like, that looks incredible to me. The car damage model is a lot different. It feels like there's more impact when they were hitting the side of the ring. Just the higher quality detail. That was incredibly, insanely detailed in that engine bay for that car. And the ray tracing on there, like, you could, oh my gosh, that looked incredible. That to me looked next gen. That's like, wow, man. I mean, you saw what Forza Horizon 5 looked like, and then you see Forza 7 or Forza Motorsport, and you're like, whoa, this is literally incredible. Like, literally incredible. I don't know what to tell these PlayStation fanboys. I don't understand the logic that they think with. And then that brings me to my third observation of the Xbox Showcase, which was Starfield. We now completely know and understand what this game is going to be. Not only is there a full RPG system in this game, but you can talk to NPCs, you can join factions, you can build bases, you can build spaceships, you can literally explore 1,000 planets. The whole planet. And they look super detailed. Like, it does look like it could potentially be an empty open space everywhere. But the fact of the matter, I mean, like, if you're going to a planet like a moon or something where there's no life forms, yeah, it's going to feel pretty empty. But if you go to a place teeming with life forms, like, Starfield is what I call, I mean, like, No Man's Sky, it does share a lot of similarities with No Man's Sky. Yeah, I'll give it that. Shares a lot of, similarities with Mass Effect Andromeda. I'll give it that. But at the scope that this game looks, it looks incredible. No Man's Sky doesn't go far enough. We know Mass Effect doesn't go far enough. But when you get into this experience, the way I feel like it's gonna pan out, like, every one of those, a whole planet, while PlayStation's over here creating little tiny worlds, like for Forza Horizon Forbidden West, like, that was a small little map, a small dainty little map that's just this small, like a little fraction of a planet. And you can't deny, you can't look at Starfield, like, I don't care who you are, you can't look at Starfield and look at the visuals and be like, wow, man, that's Horizon's better. Like, there's no way you can, I mean, like, there are things in Horizon that are clearly going to look a little better just because of the fact that it is a smaller game, more densely packed. But when you look at Starfield, the scope of that game, I can already guarantee that game is going to be 4K 30 frames a second. And then it'll hopefully they can manage to get it to visual clarity that Elder Scrolls Online has now, I think that would be freaking incredible. If they could do that at 1440p at 60 frames a second, I would literally lose my freaking. I would be extremely happy with that. That just looks incredible. I mean, I do kind of feel like they could. I mean, like, yeah, 4K 30 mode and a 1440p 60, I would be 100% happy with that. 100% happy with that. Even an unlocked frame rate with VRR support, I'd even be happy with that. But the scope of that game, how big and beautiful that looks, like I'm 100% happy that I chose to get an Xbox this generation, and I did. I bet big on Xbox, you know, being able to lead this generation. And, you know, watching Sony, the output that they're doing, I mean, it's like they're overloading the base with PlayStation 4 games, charging us $70 for them, and knowing full well that we're going to be waiting, just like we're waiting for true next-gen games for the Xbox, that we're going to be waiting, you know, past 2020 or 20 to at least for Xbox till 2023. Clearly, Xbox studios were a lot farther ahead building out actual next-gen games than the PlayStation studios, because all of these PlayStation studios were dropping all their games right at the end of the PlayStation 4 generation. So all of them studios aren't going to have anything ready till almost 2025. 2024, the earliest, you know, for some of the smaller studios that don't have really, they don't really have a lot going on. But the fact of the matter is dude, like, Xbox is kind of positioned right now to start paving the way for next-gen experiences before Sony can even get one out the door. I mean, and you could say Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart's next-gen, whatever. I still believe to this day that would 100% play on a PlayStation 4. You could say all day. I mean, I know for a fact that Flight Simulator cannot run on an Xbox One. I mean, it can through cloud streaming, but it cannot physically run on one of the. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it possibly could, but I think that I find that would be pretty hard to get that to do that. I don't know. But here's the thing, man. Like, you PlayStation fanboys, like, I don't have a problem with you guys. Like, I love my PlayStation 2. I do. And I want PlayStation to be successful, but the constant ignorance that you guys spout about Xbox is just, it's nonsense now. Xbox is 100% a competitor for PlayStation's crown. Like, it's 100% way better than it has ever been before. Yes, we're waiting a little bit for games, and you can say mismanagement, blah, 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 all you want, but, man, It seems like the stuff they're showing is getting me more hyped than The Last of Us remake. I know that sounds weird. Like, how could I not be super hyped for The Last of Us remake when I'm, like, super hyped for Starfield? I mean, like, it is what it is. So, if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.